Hello and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. Today we are going to be talking about what breaks a fast. And I know that this is a hot topic. I know it can be very controversial. And like always, here in this community, we are going to be addressing today's conversation based on the mindset approach and what it is we say we really want and how are things working for us. So I want us to think about what it is we say we really want, how is that working for us, and what it is that we find so intriguing maybe about fasting in general. And we're going to put all that together and help you today figure out if you might be breaking your fast or if some of the things you're doing could actually be helping you. So welcome if you're new. My name is Diane Parham. I am a fasting mindset coach, which means that I help you create a healthy mindset about the choices that you are making here in this community. We do that through the process of intermittent fasting and helping us look and feel our best and live our most authentic life as we are transitioning through the stages of menopause. So welcome. If this sounds like this is you, I always love having you here in our community. If you are a graduate of the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, please do me a favor. Say hello in the comment section. Let me know when you graduated. If you are new to our community, also please use the comment section as an opportunity for you to introduce yourself and be seen here in our community. That is a big part of what we like to do here, is make sure everyone feels seen and heard. And then, of course, if you have any questions, always feel free to drop them again in the comment section and we'll get them answered. So what I want us to do today is open up our mind, right? I want us to come in with a clear mind, take all of your opinions and thoughts and maybe some of the preconceived ideas about what breaks a fast. And I want you to just let them rest and think about some of the things that I'm saying to you today, and then go back to what I said in the very beginning, right? And that is, what it is you say you want, why it is you're fasting, and how are things working for you, right? Because so many of us get caught up in but I heard so-and-so say, or Dr. So-and-so, said I can have this, or Jack the bodybuilder said I can have that. And I'm frustrated because I'm doing all the things they said I can do and it's not working for me. And that's what we really have to get to the bottom of when we're thinking about anything that has to do with our mindset. And are we thinking logically based on what it is that we say we really want? And once we get that cleared up in our own head, then fasting is a great opportunity for us to not only reverse the signs of aging, but really live a fulfilling life around food, right? And I always say here in this community that it doesn't matter what you look like. If you're a hot mess up here with how you think and feel, then you're a hot mess, right? And we don't want to be hot messes. We want the complete package. We want to make sure that we're not only looking and feeling our best, but we're doing that with our own authentic thought process as well. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see who's here. Bree, hello. Kim, hello. Okay, so all the comments and questions go in that comment section. I'll address them when we get done. So I have some slides I'm going to share with you guys today, and we're going to go through basically defining what a fast means, right? So we can't really determine if the decisions we're making are breaking our fast until we really understand what a fast is. So a fast is basically just not doing anything to interrupt your body hormonally or chemically. So we're going to deny it food, and we're going to deny it drinks that could create a hormonal or a chemical response. That's the true definition of what a fast is, right? And then to go completely clean is what we want to do, especially when we are first starting out on our fasting journey, because we want to see what our body is capable of doing if we just literally move out of the way and let it do its job, right? So the goal is to reach a fasted state hormonally. So when you're in a fast, really the only thing that's not going to interrupt anything chemically and hormonally is just water, right? We know that. It's the cleanest you can go. But for some people, coffee or tea may not interrupt your fast, right? Some people cannot metabolize caffeine or some of the things in coffee and tea, and it does create a shift or a change hormonally or chemically in your body. And that could be keeping you from reaching the big goal of what you're looking for in a fasted state. So you have to test things out for yourself and not just take like random advice that's getting thrown out there and then feel frustrated that maybe that something's wrong with you, right? No, some people have to just go straight water. Some people can have coffee and tea. And it all really does also depend on kind of where you're starting from, right? So the one thing that I really want to make clear here, because there's still so much confusion out there because of all of the information that's spewed out, is, calories. If you have a certain amount of calories in your fasted state, it's not going to break your fast. So calories don't break a fast. We should know this because calories come in all different shapes and sizes, right? We have calories that are in fats, we have calories that are in carbohydrates, we have calories that are in proteins, we have calories that are in drinks. So calories are not always created equal. So to just say 15 calories or 30 calories in your fasted state is not going to break your fast is just not good information for the average person. Because if you are hormonally out of balance, or you're really struggling to, kind of break a cycle of not being able to lose weight, or your body is hoarding a lot of body fat, then I always say assume everything is breaking your fast, right? Because you want to get your body back into that state of hormonal balance. So calories do not break a fast. Hormones break a fast. So if you put something in your body that creates a hormonal response, usually it's an insulin response, you just broke your fast. It doesn't matter if there's 5 calories, 10 calories, or for a lot of us, it's that 0-calorie artificial sweetener that we're putting in our body that could in fact be breaking your fast, and it has 0 calories in it. So hormonal responses break a fast. I feel like I have to put a neon sign up. Calories are not the problem. Hormones are the thing that are going to break your fast. So we have to make sure we're being very honest with ourselves with this, and we're very clear on that idea and concept of what breaks a fast. So the other thing that we need to talk about before we get into what really is breaking your fast is, why the heck are you even fasting, right? Like, what are your goals with what you're doing with putting your body in a season or a window of time where you're not going to eat or drink anything? Like, why are you doing that? And it varies from person to person, based on the individual, right? Some people are fasting for cellular repair, like that DNA turnover, like deep cellular clean fasting. Other people are doing it for just general healing purposes. That's why I started intermittent fasting when I was diagnosed as a pre-diabetic, when I was kind of transitioning from perimenopause into menopause. I was doing it to heal my body from those sugar-related kind of disease states. I wanted to reverse the diabetic state, reverse the insulin resistance. And so I did it for that reason. Some people fast for spiritual healing or spiritual connection. Some people fast for hormonal balance. I also did that. Some people do it for weight loss. And some people just like being in a fasted state because they enjoy not having food be a huge obstacle or time suck in their life. So some people fast just to take a break from food. All of those are very valid reasons, and they're very personal to that individual, and they should not be judged or banished from the fasting world if they're doing it in a way that works for them. So the thing that we have to remember when we're talking about what breaks a fast or what type of fasting we're doing is we can't be judgmental of other people if what they are doing is working for them, right? And we have to create our own individual fasting guidelines so that we can do what's going to work for us. So we have to make sure we're clear on all the judgment as well. So again, what breaks a fast? It depends on the person who's fasting and their why, because we all come in with our own metabolic makeup and hormonal makeup and food histories and the way our body breaks down and stores and utilizes what we have that we're putting in. So it depends on the person and their why. So you have to get really clear on your own why as well. So let's talk about cellular repair and healing. So if you want to fast for the purpose or benefit of healing your body on a cellular level, that's when we get into those stages of autophagy. Okay, so how long do we have to fast to get into a stage of autophagy? No one knows because there's no test for it. It's not like you can test your blood glucose or your ketones and say, okay, now I'm in autophagy. It's just a guess, right? And I always say that if you're seeing and feeling positive results, then you are most likely entering into a state of autophagy healing because you are in fact healing. So we have to make sure we're paying attention to our body as well. So I say if you're going for cellular repair, or you're going to heal something, you have something specific you want to heal. For me, it was my pre-diabetic state and the insulin resistant insulin resistant issues I was battling. I fasted long and clean and would not risk breaking my fast because I had a specific goal in mind, right? So if you are searching for a specific result or a specific thing you're trying to heal in your body, don't risk it and assume everything is going to break your fast. Because if you are listening to other people's advice who aren't in the same season you're in or don't have the same struggle that you have, the advice that they're going to give you is not appropriate to you. So if it's something that you're specifically trying to reverse, I say long and clean is the best way to go. You don't want to risk breaking your fast because you won't know, other than you'll feel frustrated and you're not understanding why you're not getting the results you were hoping for. If you are seeking hormonal balance, and when I say hormonal balance, I'm talking about your hunger hormones, right? Insulin, leptin, ghrelin, your neuropeptides, all the things that are driving you crazy in a fasted state because you're not finding comfort in a state of hungry or being in the absence of food. If that's your goal, I also recommend assuming everything is breaking your fast, right? Long, clean fast should be the goal, and you want to create the opportunity to reach autophagy. It is assumed that's about 17 hours to about 23 hours staying in the window of intermittent fasting. Why would you risk putting something in your fasting window that could take you out of a fasted state and delay or deny you from what it is you say that you want? And that's hormonal balance and achieving weight loss. Because as soon as those hormones are balanced out, not only will you start seeing a weight loss, but you're going to see a reduction in that body fat that's accumulating because that's a hormonal imbalance. So if that's your goal, assume everything breaks your fast. Maybe you're the type of person that can metabolize coffee. Put some black coffee in your fasted state. If you're a person that can have some tea that is just clean tea, no flavors, no added ingredients to it, have some tea. But as soon as you put some stevia in there, as soon as you put some heavy cream in there, as soon as you put all those little calorie safe kind of things into your fasting window, you could potentially be breaking your fast because you're out of balance. And everything is going to signal a response because your body doesn't know how to behave yet. We have to retrain those hunger hormones. Once those hunger hormones are trained, then you can start playing around in your fasted state and see where you can ebb and flow with adding some things back in. But I always recommend go clean, go long, and don't take the chance of breaking your fast. So let's talk about if you're the person who's like, I'm good. I don't need to lose weight. I feel hormonally imbalanced. I just really like not having to chase food all day. I love the feeling of being in a fasted state, but I also have some things in my life that I'm kind of missing and I want to play around with my fasting window. Or maybe you're an athlete and you like to work out and then you like to stay fasted, but you need a little something to rev you up to get into your workout. So this is where breaking your fast, or dirty fasting is what it's called, might not hinder your results, right? So it's always based on what it is you say you want and the things that you're doing in your fasted state. Are they keeping you from those results? Are they helping you get there? So if you want a break from food or you're just in maintenance mode, I always recommend at least fasting for 12 to 13 hours. Why do we want to fast for 12 to 13 hours? Because we know that at about that 12-hour mark is when our insulin is at its reset point, right? It's at its lowest. So if you get to that 12 hours, you've at least had an opportunity to drain the tanks fully and restart the process, right? We also know there's a lot of advantage to a 12-hour fast in the fact that you're just getting that minimal cellular turnover and repair, and that you can really just thrive in that environment of taking the 12-hour break. So if that's you, here's some things I recommend. Consider why you want to interrupt your fasted state, right? So for me, I work out like an athlete. I get to about the 12, 13, sometimes 14-hour mark, and I want to go in and work out hard, but I don't necessarily want to eat a meal. So I don't want a big, heavy meal sitting in my gut and then go work out. So I like to be in what I call a dirty fasted state, and I might add a pre-workout in at that 14-hour window. Then I work out, and then I stay in what would be kind of a non-food fasted state until I get to my 20-hour mark. That has worked beautifully for me in maintenance mode. And I really just don't like to be in a fed state all day. So again, it helps me get to my results and I feel great in it. When I was in a healing state for fasting, I couldn't risk breaking my fast because I wasn't at that balanced point yet. So you have to make sure you're fasting for the right reasons and what it is you're hoping for. And then there's some people who also do what are called fat aided fasts, right? Where you put a little bit of pure fat into your fasted window and it gives you that like boost of energy and helps your body energize and get into that what we call fat utilization mode. So again, play around with some things and see how your body responds if you are in a break from food season or you're in that maintenance mode. You might be able to play around with what you're doing in that what you call your fasting window and then see how the results play out for you. Once your hormones are in check, you might be able to temporarily break a fast and then get yourself back into what it is you want to be in hormonally, right? And so what I always say is, when in doubt, test it out. So if you're going to do something in your fasted state, test your glucose levels if you have a means to do that. See where your body shifts when you put something in. If you don't get a huge insulin response, a big glucose spike, then that might not be something that's going to knock you out of a full fasted state. The other thing you can do, I don't have it with me, is you can blow into your Lumen, right? See what happens when you make a decision and you do something and you put it in your body and you blow in your Lumen. Is that going to enhance what your next move is, or is it going to knock you out of what it is you say you want for yourself in your goals? So this is where it becomes very personal to the individual and what it is you want to do next in your fasting window. And then when in doubt, like I said, go back to your why. I always, always, always defer to my fast, and I always defer to a clean fast. So today, for instance, is a rest day. I'm not working out. I'm fasting long and I'm fasting clean, and I'm not going to do anything to interrupt my 20-hour fasted state because I don't need to interrupt it. I thrive in a fasted state. So 2 days a week, that's what I do. 20 hours, I put nothing in my fasted window and I get into that deep cellular repair and turnover. The days I work out, then I add in a little pre-workout, and then I stay in a non-food fasted state until I'm ready to break my fast with my break fast, right? So it works beautifully for me, and I can ebb and flow my way through it. I have no emotional drama about it. I have no mental drama about it, and it has worked beautifully now for me for like 3 or 4 years. So you can play around with things, but you have to make sure that you are comfortable if you make a decision and it doesn't work the way you wanted it to work, right? So if you start putting stevia in your coffee, I experimented with this. I put some stevia in my coffee, and what I noticed is I started craving sweets, and I was thinking about food all day. And I took the stevia out of my coffee, and I felt that energized sense of calm, and I was really thriving in my fasted state. So that stevia that had 0 calories in it was creating an insulin response that was driving me absolutely nuts in my fasted state because I felt like I wasn't in control. Again, you have to test this out for you for sure. Okay, so let's see what else. So if you're adding things into your fasting window and you are not getting the results you want, then what you are doing is in fact breaking your fast. The thing that is never going to fail us is the results that we say that we want, right? So if you're doing something, lemon in your water, apple cider vinegar when you start your day, stevia in your coffee, heavy cream, like all those things that so many people are saying is okay for you to do. If you're doing those things and you're feeling frustrated, especially as a woman transitioning through the seasons of menopause that we go through, then in fact you are breaking your fast, because fasting is simple. Fasting is easy. Fasting will get you the results that you say that you want, but you have to fast until you get those results, and you have to fast clean so that you'll know what it takes to break that cycle of storage and get your body into utilization. And that's really where the magic is going to happen to you, for you. Okay, so let's see if we have any questions here. Hi, Diane. I'm in your February class and I'm loving it. Bree, love having you in class with us, girlfriend. You guys are doing a great job in class. So keep showing up every day. Keep making those decisions that are informed based on what it is that you say that you really want for yourself. And I promise you, you will leave class feeling so happy and satisfied. Kim, hi, everyone. I'm in the course currently. Yes, love you guys showing up. Libby, so this for my February students and my graduates, this should all be just a review, right? This is everything I taught you in week 1. Is what you are doing in your fasted state going to help you get the results that you say that you want? And so many of you in week 1 said how amazed you were with the results that you were getting by, I think, the 5th, 6th day in class, because you went clean and you went long and your body started to really tap into what a fasted state is supposed to do. Now, a lot of you are thriving in that 20-hour window. So I'm super happy for you. Dawn, hello. Kim, do it. You won't be disappointed. Oh, thank you, girlfriend. I appreciate you for saying that for sure. Pam, hello in your February 2022 class. Love having you here with us. Sandy, hello from North Carolina. Melissa, what about medicine? Okay. So here's what I always say about medicine. I am not a doctor. I say you always have to defer to your doctor. So if you're going to start fasting and you have to take medicine that is designated during your fasting window, ask your doctor if you need to take it with food, right? If it's lifestyle related medicine, so things to control diabetic states, things to control blood pressure, things to control cholesterol, those kind of things, then my goal, if it was me, would be to get off that medicine. And I would do everything that I could to make sure that I was reversing that condition in my body. So that was not an issue I had during my fasted state. So that's the goal, right? So if you have to take it during your fasted window, just do the best you can in all the other areas of your life so that you can reverse whatever caused you to be on that medicine. Lifestyle diseases can be reversed. That's the diabetic states. That's the cholesterol states. That's the high blood pressure states. So not only do you have to fast long and clean, but you have to consider the big picture of your lifestyle and what are some of the other things that you're doing. And then the goal should be to get off that medication. Same holds true with a lot of women who are on thyroid medication and told they'll always have to be on thyroid medication. We have proven here in this community that is just not the truth. There are a lot of women who were on thyroid medication and are now off or having it significantly reduced because their body is healing itself from the inside out. Where does the healing happen from the inside out? A clean, long fast. I teach 20 hours, not doing anything in your fasted state to interrupt breaking a fast so your body can definitely tap into those states of autophagy, where we do the best healing. So I would say talk to your doctor, get some advice from them, tell them that you're fasting. Do you have to take your medicine with food? And then the goal would be to get off that for sure. Akila, I think it is how you pronounce your name. You have absolutely gorgeous hair, my friend. I'm having a hard time trying to get back to fasting after being out of it for so long. Okay. So that's the mindset coaching part of me that I love to share with you guys here. So what is hard time? Like, what does hard time mean for you, right? Is it uncomfortable? Do your friends and family not understand? Is it something with your lifestyle that's inhibiting it? Is it just that if it just feels uncomfortable, then you have to go back again to your why. Like, why are you fasting? Right? And if the reason you're fasting is also uncomfortable, you have to pick the bigger uncomfortable. So when I was pre-diabetic, it wasn't comfortable for me to start fasting. It went against everything I knew as a health and fitness coach, right? I was the eat every 2 hours coach, and I had to change my mindset about all of the things that I had been practicing, that I had learned and been certified in, and adapt this new approach. It was hard, really hard. But what was also hard was being pre-diabetic and feeling fatigued and depressed about it and gaining weight and not feeling good about my body and I lost my, cognitive abilities for a while. Like it was affecting my brain and the fogginess I had going on. And so that to me was the harder thing than changing my mindset about how I fed my body and when I fed my body and what fasting really meant for me. So you have to pick your bigger hard and then you have to lean all into that for sure. So fasting gets easier the more consistent you are. And if you want some help, Akeelia, I think it is, you have to like phonetically pronounce that or send me a DM with a voice message to let me know how to pronounce your name. I would say jump into the March 5th class. By the end of week 1, you are fasting comfortably and confidently, and you're fasting in an environment where you're going to be supported. So I can get you over the hard for sure, but it is a decision you're going to have to make in your brain for sure. So hopefully that helped. Latha, I think it is. I currently had a colonoscopy. I'm 34. Only doctor found one precancerous polyp. So I'm scared of that. If we have a polyp, does that mean we'll get cancer in the future? No, definitely not. I had several polyps removed both times I've had colonoscopies. That's the whole reason you get a colonoscopy. They want to find, if you have polyps, they want to find them early. They want to, send them to a lab, get them tested, and then you'll get the results. So don't panic until you get your results from your doctor, and then don't panic either. There's always ways that we can, treat and reverse some of these kind of things. So don't panic. There's no reason to be depressed about it. Just wait for the lab results to come back, and then have a discussion with your doctor about it for sure. Patsy, hello, girlfriend. Good to see you. Teresa, January 2022, Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course graduate, ready to start putting in exercise. I do have some mental baggage because of hypoglycemia. Any advice on how to begin with this in mind? By the way, the class changed my life. Thank you for saying that, Teresa. I'm so happy to have you as a graduate in our community. So if you're fasting 20 hours and you've reversed that like insulin resistance type of situation and you're comfortable in a fasted state, then you don't have to worry about hypoglycemia anymore. Hypoglycemia is usually what we're suffering from before we're balanced out hormonally. So once you get those hunger hormones balanced out, if you're fasting long and consistently over time, hypoglycemia is not an issue. So what I would do is I would test out how you feel working out in a fasted state. Some people like have some mineralized water that's enough to get them up and going. Sometimes some women have coffee before they work out. I have a pre-workout that I use. So you'll have to just figure out like what exercise you want to do. Again, what is it you want from the exercise and how do you feel in a fasted state when exercising? And then you have to make decisions to make sure you're getting the trifecta, right? The fasting long, feasting well, training smart. And so if exercising for you is just like going out and getting a good power walk in, then you might be able to do that in a clean fasted state. If your idea of going back to working out is getting on the treadmill and, running 6 miles, you might need something to support that. Because remember, we're working off of 3 pillars and you can't pull on all 3 pillars hard at the same time. Something's going to have to give. And so what gives for me is my clean fasted state. And I support that during my workout. So if you need something specific about a pre-workout, just send me an email and I'll share with you what I use. It's vegan. It's super clean ingredients. It doesn't knock me so far out of a fasted state that I can't get back in by the time my workout's done. So you can play around with some of those things and we can go from there for sure. Sandra, good afternoon. October 2020 graduate. I clean fast every day. That's when I feel the best. That's what I always say, right? When in doubt, fast it out. If you want to look and feel your best, there is nothing more satisfying than a long, clean fast. Within 20 hours, you'll feel like you're on top of the world and you'll have so much confidence. You'll have so much clarity. You'll have so much energy. It is the best way to go for sure. And Sandra, I'm so glad you're thriving there. Michelle, I chew gum all the time. Is that working against me? I would say yes, especially if you're feeling like you're out of balance or you're struggling with losing weight. Remember, chewing gum, first of all, there's a lot of that sweet sensation that's kicked off immediately when you put a piece of gum in your mouth. That for you could be enough to create a significant insulin response. So you just dumped a bunch of insulin into your body, which is creating the digestive process. You're going to have glucose in your system. So now you're not in the utilization phase of what we look for in a fasted state. So I would say if you have something specific that you're trying to reverse and it doesn't feel like it's reversing, then the gum chewing is 100% breaking your fast. And I would ditch that for sure. The other thing to be careful about is read the ingredients label on chewing gum. It is shocking what is in a tiny little innocent stick of gum. So, that again could be something that's throwing you out of a fasted state just because of the ingredients. Soy is big in chewing gum. A lot of these like maltodextrin and dextrose, which are even worse than sugar in our system as far as creating that significant insulin response. So it could be something that's super innocent like that, Michelle. I would ditch it for a couple weeks and then see how your body's feeling in that fasted state. You should feel energized and you should feel calm in a fasted state. If you're not feeling that, then something's definitely interrupting it, and I would get rid of the gum for sure. Toothpaste is another one of those things. Angela, is it too late to join your class, or should I wait until the next one? Love your live post. I always recommend, Angela, that you wait for the live class to start live, not this kind of live, but when we kick it off as a group. So March 5th is our next one. Registration is open. So if you go to the 4 Todays with an S, agingwoman.com site, you can go there. You can get yourself registered and save your spot in class. We will start on the 5th and registration closes on the 4th. So get into class with a full group. I don't let women jump into class late, because there's something about doing it as a community and everyone going through the transition of the fasting long and clean together that is pure magic for everyone. So I can't wait to see you in class with us for sure. Oh, and that was Angela. Okay, cool. So Angela, I'm gonna look for you in class. Dawn, can it? I have helped lessen food sensitivities. It doesn't necessarily help. So intermittent fasting doesn't help food sensitivities. It helps you identify food sensitivities, because when you go for like 20 hours a day with no food, and then your body and your gut has an opportunity to cleanse itself out and kind of reset, and then you put something into your body that is insensitive, or your body's incapable of breaking it down, then it's like instantly, right? And that's how I found out about my gluten intolerances and my soy intolerances. And I know there's people out there who are like raving fans of soy. It is literal poison for my body. When I was fasting, I was able to figure that out, because when I put soy into my body, I had an immediate response to it. So it just makes you more aware, your heightened sense of what's not working for you. And if you're paying attention, you can identify those things and eliminate them a lot easier. TNB 1212, can plain green tea with nothing in it break a fast? For most people, just a standard like leaf tea is going to be fine. It's the same thing as like coffee. You just want to make sure that your tea's clean. Like, not all teas created equal, not all coffees created equal. There's coffee that has mold in it, that the roasting process is not super clean. So if you're confident with your green tea and you feel like you're gaining all the benefits that you're hoping for with the decisions you're making, then you're probably fine. If you're drinking green tea and you're like, I don't know why, 16 hours into my fast, I feel shaky and I feel like I need to eat, or you don't feel energy, or you're not losing weight, or you're not losing body fat, then there's something in that's probably triggered something that took you out of your fasted state. Shasha LaRue. Hello, DYANN. Good afternoon. I'm a clean faster, but I do struggle with mixed drinks and wine. I know this is something I do need to address. I still love the feeling of being in a fasted state. So here's the thing with alcohol, right? Alcohol is that one thing that is really holding so many of us back. I say us because I'm also included in that group, right? I kind of have my seasons of life where I'm like, I'm not drinking at all. And then it's like you add a couple, nights a week, you have a glass of wine. And then, before you know it, you're like having a mixed drink or whatever, right? So you have to put boundaries on those kind of things, right? And if you feel like the alcohol that you're choosing to have is holding you in that, like what I call the torture chamber of frustration, like I'm doing all the right things, but I'm not seeing the results, that's when we have to really get down and dirty and being honest with ourselves about the one thing that could be holding you back. So that doesn't mean that you can't ever have alcohol, but alcohol is going to be that thing that your body's going to, have to figure out how to use, right? There's no nutritional value to it. So it's going to have to figure out how to utilize that so it can get to the other things you have in storage to utilize as well. So it just creates another layer of work for your body to have to, get through before it's going to get through the healing stage for sure. So moderation is always key. Life's too short to live miserably if you do enjoy your wine or your mixed drink. So you just have to figure out where it's going to fit in for you so that you can have everything that you say that you want and still enjoy the drink, or find that maybe the drink is the thing that's keeping you from saying, being able to say you're having everything that you want and happy with your body as well. TMB12, you are super welcome, my friend. Always test it out on you, right? Here's the thing that I want us to start really practicing here in this community, and why we talk about mindset more than nutrition, right? Is that we should have a right as women to fast the way that's working for us, right? It's because we want to be able to live healthy. We want to be able to live long. We want to be able to live empowered, and we want to feel confident in our own skin. So test things out. Don't let someone steer you astray who's not living in your shoes. So the 30-year-old bodybuilder who's telling you that you can have 30 calories in your fasted state, but he's not going through the same hormonal changes that you are and the same body frustrations that you are, has no right to tell you that that's okay, because what's working for him might not be working for you. Or a woman who maybe never had a weight problem before, never had a problem losing fat, or never was hypoglycemic or insulin resistant, or whatever it is that you're going through. And she's finding great results, with having stevia in her coffee every morning. But it might be the thing that's holding you back. So you always have to test things out and make sure that the people that you're getting advice from are giving you the window of opportunity to test things on you, the individual woman, right? Because not everything works the same way for everyone. I cannot eat the protein that a lot of women are consuming. It makes me sick. I can't eat that much protein. And if I tell people how much protein I eat, they freak out, right? But it works for me. So you have to get confident in really getting intimate with how your body works. Listen to the signs and signals, and then be honest with the decisions you're making. And are they the decisions that are holding you back? Or will they be the decisions that will allow you to thrive? That is the best way to figure this all out. And then, like I said, once you get healed, once you're balanced out, once you're losing weight, once you're seeing body fat disappear, once you're feeling energized in your fasted state and calm about it, and you're not creating a bunch of drama about food decisions, play with your fasted state. Put your stevia back in your coffee. See how it works for you once you're healed. Put some cream in your coffee. See how it feels for you. See if the results that you're getting are going to stick. But if you start to slide backward, then it's that thing you put back in that's going to be the reason for the slide for sure. Shasha LaRue, girlfriend, you are so welcome. I can't wait to have you in class. For everyone who's interested in class, go to fortodaysagingwoman.com. There's a place to sign up on the email there. If you sign up on my email list, I am going to email you. I'm going to invite you to join us in class. So make sure if you get on the email list, just understand that you're getting on there so that I will email you and invite you to class. Being in class is a game changer. It's where you go all in. It's where you're going to shift your mindset. It's where I'm going to tell you the truth. It's where I'm going to support you in the decisions you're making and help you figure this out for yourself, because you should, seriously, every woman should have the opportunity to wake up every day looking and feeling her best and doing it in her most authentic way. You should be able to make decisions for yourself in this season of life, right? For most of us, we've raised kids. For most of us, we've had an influence on someone else's life. We've held jobs. We've kept a house together. Whatever it is you've done in your life, you're capable of doing great things. You should also be capable of taking care of yourself and making decisions for yourself. And that's what I really want to empower every woman to do here, is take some advice and try it out and come back with your questions and we'll clear it all up. And then for those of you who want to jump in class and get the real deal information and practice it with support, you got to get into the class for that. That's where that magic happens for sure. Shasha LaRue, you and I are the same age, so menopause is kicking my butt. Okay, girlfriend, menopause should not be kicking your butt. It should not be kicking your butt in the sense of this. You shouldn't be gaining weight. You shouldn't be hoarding fat. You shouldn't be losing your energy. You shouldn't be losing your mind. You shouldn't be like falling apart, right? There's certain things about menopause that I am always very open and honest about that just absolutely suck. And there's no other way that I can say how I feel about that. I think that there's a lot about menopause that's just not fair for us women. But then there are things that we can control. So we have to take control of what we can control. And then I promise you the other things don't seem so bad, right? We can manage those smaller details. So you should look and feel your best through menopause. You just got to balance those hormones out and take control of your life for sure. Okay. So I see all of you who want to join class. Make sure you get on the email list. Make sure you are getting my emails. Make sure that you hit that deadline of March 4th for the registration date. We will spend the entire month of March together. You saw some of our graduates here today. The class changed their life, right? I want to change your life, and I want to help you have the confidence to also change your own life. And that's what we do in class. And I can't wait to have you guys. So thanks for jumping on with me today. Sandy IF is my saving grace as a postmenopausal woman. Yes, for sure. And then the course is awesome. It's a game changer for sure. Love you guys so much. And look, the graduates keep coming back. So just because you're done with class doesn't mean I'm done helping you. I will continue helping you guys for as long as you tune in with me and as long as you show up here in this community. I will always be open and honest with you guys. So come into class, get the basics, tap into that energized sense of calm and the magic that happens with intermittent fasting, and then keep coming back. And I promise you, I will keep helping you. Kim, you are so welcome. Okay, you guys have a great day. I will see you back here on Monday. Do me a favor for those of you that are still on, and if you catch this on the rebroadcast, if anybody is using a Lumen and you have questions about it, can you go over to my Instagram page and send me a DM of the question that you have? I'm going to put a video together about some of the commonly asked questions or the frustration points with the Lumen. And I want to make sure I get you guys addressed here in our community, because I know a lot of you are either thinking about it or have purchased a Lumen. And I want to make sure that you get the best results for the investment you made in you. And I'm here to help you with that. So if you have one and you have questions, please go to my Instagram page, shoot me a DM over there, and I'll include your question and hopefully answer it for you in a video I'm going to have coming up here for you guys soon. Have a great weekend. If you're off on Monday because of the holiday, enjoy your day off. I will be here. So hopefully you'll have a chance to come join us at noon Central Standard Time on Monday as well. Fast long, feast well, you guys, and make sure you are making the decisions that are going to allow you to get the results that you say that you really want. See you guys later.